This is Prizm Full Case Blaster Player Break number 93. And if you have a manga spot in this, you have an opportunity at a $4,850 bounty. What's up, Clarence? Long time no see. Jeez, I still made it nice and it still came out ugly. Why not? It can happen, man. Statistically, we're pretty overdue to hit. I think these are one of the rare times where we have to actually say that we are over the hit rate. Obviously, Panini doesn't have pack odds, but I mean, truth be told, we haven't even seen a sublime in many cases as well. So again, odds wise, I feel like we should be pretty pretty close. It's funny because plenty of people ask me, I've only hit the manga out of blasters. I've not hit them out of the mega. If I include all the mega boxes, the retail boxes that I've ripped, which we didn't do a ton of the retail over-the-counter boxes, but if I include the megas that we did, I'm probably personally over, I'd say over 60 cases at this point. And yes, you can hit mangas. Yes, it says right there, mangas are there. It says it right on the back of the box that mangas are there, right there. Manga sublimes. It is possible to hit, yes. Because people are saying, oh, can these boxes even hit mangas? Yes, they can. You mean out of retail? You mean the retail, the 24-pack rip? Are you talking about Prizm Black or because mangas aren't available in this year's Prizm Hobby? It was a retail exclusive of these. Or yeah, they weren't in Hobby. They weren't in Hobby. Yeah. In Black, it's tough. Black, it seems like you get a manga every 10 cases-ish. I've definitely hit more color blasts. And the good thing, you know what the good thing was I didn't hit. I've hit Prismanias, yes, but in percentage wise, I've probably hit more color blasts and probably just a little bit more Prismanias than I did mangas. But the mangas I've hit were always the massive mangas, which were really nice. I didn't hit the weaker mangas. I've never hit like the Giannis or the Tatum. I've hit Shea. I've hit Steph. I've hit Joker. Yeah. At one point, the Joker, when I hit it, it was 11 grand or something like that. 13,000 for a Steph, wait. Prizm Black manga or first year Prizm manga? 13,000 for a Steph Prizm Black manga is robbery. That cannot be right, Anderson. PSA 10s were selling for like 35 to 45 for 13,000. No, yeah, because Joker was doing 11,000 raw. Unless the prices came down, significantly that I don't know about. Now you got me tripping. Yeah, there's still. Yeah, so as of January, the Chef Curry manga is still doing like 42. Yeah, if it's 13 grand, he's beyond good. Yeah, if it's this manga, if it's the first year manga, if it's this one, 13 grand probably about right. Yeah. Probably the first year manga, which these come out of the blasters. But if it was the chef, bro, that is if he hits chef for 13K, bro. I think the cheapest manga might have been the Giannis. Because Kevin Durant was selling for 7,500 raw or something like that. Yeah, hopefully it's 30K. 13K would be the buy of a lifetime. I'd be calling the FBI on them. Oh, is there any cool LCSs in Salt Lake, Anderson? I actually don't know any card shops in Utah at all. I use a Card Ladder Sing. I use Card Ladder. Also, fuck, maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll go check it out or something. Maybe Blez will give me the company credit card to go buy on Blez Online. That's what I usually do. If I go traveling and I stop at a card shop, usually I'll call Blez. I'll be like, what you want? That's what I did at Neighborhood. I ended up spending. It was funny, bro. Yeah, well, they have a free app, Sing, but it's a subscription service. I really like Card Ladder. It's easy, it's fast. You do have to pay those, Sing. If not, I use 130 point. It's just, sometimes 130 point can be a little glitchy at times. Let's go, Raul. Yeah, that's awesome. I like it, Raul. I like it. Oh, yeah. Hey, Anderson, by the way, we don't have to go for like a full session. If you want to ride, I'm not in physical shape to ride all day, brother. As much as I like to say I am, I'm not. This trip, I will force myself to stay on the mountain a lot longer. Bro, you guys want to, I like the glass canvas. I think the glass canvas, honestly, is a pretty cool insert. It's one I would PC, honestly. I think I really like the look. I like the kind of glitterish design on it. Oh, wow. Wow, 25. He got fleeced. It was the Prizm Black Chef Curry? Oh, God. I mean, it's all good. I mean, hey, if it was a cash deal, no taxes, whatever, I get it. I get it. The gentleman that I hit the Steph, I hit 2 Stephs, that's why, but. Yeah, I mean, fuck, I mean, that's tough. I mean, I think somebody would have paid him 30K cash, honestly, or 28, but hey, at the end of the day, I'm assuming he profited. Can't talk shit about somebody who profited. Maybe somebody got a good deal from the LCS or whatever. It's all good. I can't talk smack about it. How many players on the canvas? I want to say about 18, maybe. I don't know the exact checklist off the top of my head, Raul, but I would say maybe 18. Because you got LBJ, you got Wemby, you got Brunson, you got Tatum, you got Larry Bird, you got, I think, Shai Gilgeous. Oh, private. Got it. And the guys you're texting, that's overtime in Sandy. I want to go to the places that you like going to. Yeah, hey, Clint, you know what? Straight up, me too, bro. It's just, I mean, 4 months ago. So for reference. Uh, so for reference, when I hit this October 21st, So when I hit this for this gentleman October 21st, so this was 15 weeks ago. So yeah, it's a little bit over 3 months. Yeah. So it was doing 43. So Curry was doing 43 and a 10. In a 10. So somebody offered him 37K cash. Just so you guys know, November 10th, somebody offered him 37K cash. And then 25K cash plus a Stefan Castle downtown gold downtown. That's the kind of, like, that's what I mean. That's why when I seen 25, I was like, fuck, that sounds dirt cheap. But hey, you know what? Hey, all good. I'm glad that. Oh yeah, that's right. And by the way, yes, Sing, you can get that. Yep. You know, honestly, Shelby, I'll tell you what it is, Jayla. Like, it's trend stacking. That's all it is. That's all it is, right? And when you think about it, it's really genius. Like, trust me, I was the first guy that said mangas were huge. I don't think it's gonna get adapted as fast, but when you talk about trend stacking, right? Right, I'd rather have a card too, 100%, but actually, I take that back. I think I'd rather have some, you know, I think I'd rather have like 20K in you know, some form of investments. Right. No. I know you're not hating, Jayla, but here's my take on it. Right. When you look back at some of the iconic inserts, and I'm gonna reference, That's Jam. Right, That's Jam insert. Right, it's a little trend on a trend. It's sports cards. It's food. In this case, the Net Marvels, the Comic Courts, all like that. The Downtowns, even to a degree, kind of like a comic bookish, right? Or kabooms, I should say. Kind of like sports cards and comics mixed together. The animes, it's literally anime, which the influence on Japanese anime not only helps influence the Asian market, right? Because in Asia, one of the biggest business in Japan is anime, right? But two, in our Western adaptation of anime, which is right, yeah, Leaf has been doing something similar for a while, yes. I don't think they did it as well, if you want me to be honest with you. But like, when it first came to Panini 2021 Prizm Football, right? The manga started with Prizm Football. The first year manga was Trevor Lawrence year. I thought those looked ugly as hell. They made it more, they called it a manga, but they made it look more comic bookish. So it was like a American take on manga. Kind of like an American trying to make sushi, if you catch my drift. Doesn't really work. Hear me out. The mangas for basketball, first year basketball. Excuse me. Rewind. You go to last year's mangas, right? 2024 mangas for football. Those are the best looking mangas we've ever seen. Right? For football. Puka Nakua was surfing. It had that anime style to it. You know what I mean? It didn't have the realism style to it. It had the anime style to it. They were doing some cool poses. They had some props in there like that. And I think once Panini seen that, when they added the mangas into this particular set, still a little bit too much realism. They started adding in some characters like LeBron James. They had like those little things around him like that. But the art didn't quite hit, in my opinion. So when Prizm Black came out, and you got Steph Curry actually in the kitchen, almost like the alter ego, right, from Optic. Almost like the alter ego. But he's got this giant-ass frying pan. He's got the food in there. You got the kitchen with all the spices in the background. Like, it's badass. Tatum sitting in a pot of gold. Genius. Like the art style looks good. The creativity of the art looks good. Now, is all of them like that good? No, I don't think Shea's was that nice. Shea was holding a Thunderbolt. I don't think that one was as nice. Giannis, I don't think was as nice. Jokic being a court jester? Like, come on. That's iconic as hell. Yeah, hey, competition is good. Competition, yeah, LeBron James had those little ghosts behind him. Was okay. Was okay. I want to look at some of the... Jayla, can you send me some of the Leaf ones that you're referring to? I think I know the ones you're talking about, but I could be mistaken. Yep. But yeah, so I didn't... But now when you really think about it, guys, how big is this anime? How big is the Japanese anime, the cartoons, right? How big is that on the Western influence now? Honestly, think about it. What did the Dodgers do all these last 2 seasons? What did they do? They had Demon Slayer collaboration night. They had One Piece collaboration night where they're giving away the One Piece Luffy D's where he's throwing the baseball and shit. I don't know anything about One Piece. I love anime. I've never watched One Piece. I've watched Demon Slayer. I've watched Jujutsu Kaisen. I've watched Inuyasha, Gundam. I'm definitely that kind of guy. But now you got mainstream eyes on it. So the room for growth, in my opinion, is a lot bigger. And you're right, Shelby. You might see an increase with the anime nations. You might be right. The animes have stayed pretty stagnant since it released, since Prizm Black released back in late September. The prices have been pretty stagnant overall. But again, as you guys know, iconically, you give it another year or two from now, those prices could double, triple, quadruple, or they could just go to shed as well. All right, let me look at this that Shelby said, and then we'll go. You know what? You're absolutely right. I think that looks fucking great. I think that looks fucking great. But yes, you know it's unlicensed. I hate to say it. I ain't gonna lie, I think that looks great. But see, like even this style, even that's comic book. This is too comic book, too realism. But I do think they look great. No joke, I think it looks great. Let's look at one more real quick. That's pretty cool. I won't lie, that is pretty cool. I won't lie, that is pretty cool. That could be a play. That honestly could be a play for you guys out there. Good luck. That could absolutely be a play, guys. That does look really good, Shelby. Iguodaro, you might absolutely be right. Right. That might be a play. I tell you this much. If I went to your guys' card shows and I saw somebody with those Leaf cards in their booth, I would stop and check out his whole booth. Like, it might be a play. So, Miller, take notes. Honestly. That's the kind of shit that I would stop for at a card show. Because I'm going to see a million of these ices of Kelly Wares and LeBron James and Steph Curry's. You're only going to see one or two tables that got some unique stuff. That's the kind of things I like, guys. Suggs, Sadiq, and Barnes. Sar on a green, instant impact. Dillingham. Nice Luca green. Cam Reddish. Yeah, I'm just speaking from experience. When I'm very right. Hisoka, I just said that, right? It looks more comic-y than anime. If you ask me, the textile is more comic-y. Obviously, because I'm familiar with, a lot of the Japanese culture like that. But, yeah. Guys, just food for thought if you guys are setting up at some of your local shows like that. Those are the kinds of things that I would like to have in my showcase. Mind you, I've never had a chance to run my own booth. Exclusive for selling. I've never got to run my own booth exclusively for selling. I've had my own breakers booth at LCS's, yes. But I only did breaking from my booth. I've never done anything else, Connect. When I was trying to purchase a lot of PSA inventory and send every single base card and everything to PSA, when I was attempting to do that, unfortunately, that's when the carpet got pulled from underneath my feet, and that's when I went negative equity. And that's when I also joined Blez. Guys, take your guys' blaster food case, your hanger food case, your pick your teams and your players, guys. They're all hitting. The red seismic coming. Good luck. AJ Johnson on the ice. Ingram ice. Timmy D on the ice. The former Cavalier, it's Garland to 190. Excuse me, 299. Nice. Ice of Castle for OG. Champagne on the ice. Nice Holland rookie silver. You know what I like? I'll say this. You know what I like about Leaf products? Which I had a nice, not a ton, not a million, but nice Filipowski red seismic. Steve OG. I will say this about Leaf products. You know what I really like about them? I like the fact that they always have some crazy dual, triple, quad, 5, 6, 7, 8 signatures on the card. I actually really enjoy multi-signature cards. Right, right. A good example would be 23 Topps Chrome Football. Excuse me, 24 Topps Chrome Football. Where it's kind of obvious, you know. That's why I think Panini will be a hit. The unlicensed Panini will be a hit. I think it will be. I bet you that we're going to move just as much Panini signature styles on this channel as probably like Topps Chrome Hobby. I bet you it's going to move just as well. It's going to be much cheaper. It's also going to be checklist dependent. So I don't want to overhype it because it will be checklist dependent. If it's only rookie heavy, I don't know how fast it will move. It will move, I just don't know how fast. But I don't think you're wrong. I don't think Leaf makes bad products. Yeah, VJ Edgecombe, Trey Johnson, Jeremiah Fears. So if it's only rookie heavy, yeah, like Luka, Jaw. I'm pretty sure at one point Ant-Man was a Panini exclusive, and then somewhere along the line that changed, where his contract expired. McCain Green. Furphy silver. Clinging on the ice. Ice spot doing well. Kaishan, does anybody aside from A. Miller do any kind of vending on a regular basis at card shows? Who sets up and sells at card shows? That's a nice LeBron ice. We've been hitting a lot of LeBron color out of this. I'm just curious, what have you noticed have been your strongest selling cards? The high end, the mid end, the raw, the graded, the Prizms, the Topps Chromes, the Optics, the Revolutions. Kind of curious to hear your recent thoughts out there. Tyler Colick. I've been out of shows. The last show I went to was November. But I don't really pay attention to a lot of it. Yeah, somebody, actually, you're not the only person that said they killed it on Pokemon. Devin Carter, Ice. Somebody told me, maybe like back in August or July, somebody was talking to me about it too. Someone was telling me that Pokemon was doing really well. I think right now is a great time to buy Pokemon. I've seen how some of the prices dropped. I'm like foaming at the mouth. If only I had unlimited money. But some of the prices dropped a good 15, 20%. And anytime I see that, oh, I love it. When there's panic in the water, you buy. Dragon Ball Z is going up. I don't know I don't follow the sets. Oh, Mila, you've never seen... Are you going to National, Mila? You should see my setup at the National, bro. You should see my setup at the National. I have a fucking killer setup, brother. Ask anybody. I have a fucking killer setup. I bring my portable chair with me. Most people don't do that. Some people are sharp, but I have the fucking collapsible plastic chairs. I put that on my backpack. I only bring a handful of cards with me. I'd say no more than about 50 cards that I want to trade or sell. I don't bring everything with me because I don't like lugging everything with me. And bro, I'll fucking set up those plastic chairs and I'll plant my ass at somebody's value box and I'll go for it. Because most places they don't give chairs, right? And your feet get tired, they ache and shit. Nope. I got my little plastic stool. I'll fucking bust it out. I'll plant my ass right at your booth and I'll just go for it. Dillingham, ice. Order a collapsible plastic chair. You will not regret having one, I promise. Holland. There's an Edie on the ice. Speaking of Ant-Man, there was an Ant-Man green. A toss ice. Anderson, you out there, Anderson? Sorry, I know you said your volume's in and out, so. That's my problem when I go to National. Like, I'm very anal. I have to stop at every person's booth. I don't have to look at it, but I gotta eyeball every person's booth. I will literally snake a convention. If I enter here, I'll start from the outside perimeters and I'll go aisle by aisle by aisle by aisle by aisle by, like, I have to snake it. Only time I skip a booth is if there's like obviously no sports cards. Or if it's not like, you know, if it's not related. Then I'll just skip the booth entirely. But because some people do like, you know, the like purely memorabilia stuff, which again, sometimes I'll peek at it, sometimes I won't. Here's our first auto. Let's see something nice. James Edwards, penmanship autograph for the P.I. Estons. Base auto spot gets that in Steve. I'm down. Please call me up. My worst time is winter. My worst time is usually winter. You'll usually not find me during the winter. I wish. You know, Hisoka, I doubt they would send me. Trust me, I'd love to go. Trust me, I would love to, but I doubt the company would ever send me. Let's be real. Dylan Jones, silver. Jalen Wells on the ice and an orange seismic of Jalen Duran. Christie. Giannis ice. Castle base. Jake Crowder. There's a LeBron. Our last stack. How about you come to Vegas, Hisoka? AJ Mitchell on the ice. Duricic. Randall on the green. What happened to the green spot? Beans, the green spot was not that great on this one. I'm sorry. The greens were like missing from me. All the rookie greens are missing. McCain base. The bounty is going up to $4,900. You know, if we don't hit this bounty, you got, I mean, trust me, if we don't ever like get closer, if this bounty starts to fizzle out, I'll figure out a new way to integrate this bounty into something. You guys know I will. We're going to hit this bounty regardless if it's a manga or not. We're going to hit it. I promise you. Moses, you haven't even been here long enough. You can't feel like you can't demand these things. Anderson, thank you for the kill. Manga spots, obviously. Thank you guys for the try. Recap. I do have Prizm Black. The problem is I only got a couple boxes of it. So I will use them, but I will tell you to assume there's no case hit. They're not from like whatnot, or they're not from this side. That I can promise you. They're not from this side. It might have been either in Blez's or Backer's closet. We joke a lot about closets, but honestly, it'd probably be from there. I like this Moses guy. He's one of us already. Thank you, guys. Full case Prizm Blaster 93. The bounty continues. I'll add in number 94 coming up. Yo. What's up?